Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to another immigration series. We're going to be sharing some more with you, but we're going to be focusing on a question that we were asked by one of our subscribers.
Babe, pause there.
Okay.
Guys, we're at 300 subscribers.
We're at 300 and we're happy.
Big
And
deal.
thank you.
Big
Thank
deal
you for
For
subscribing.
us. So thank you guys. And
Yeah.
thanks for the questions.
Yeah, the questions are good. Keep them coming.
Please. Helps us with the content.
Yeah. So one of our subscribers asked us to explain a bit about how international students can become permanent residents
Via
the BCPNP. That is in British Columbia specifically. So we're going to be talking about British Columbia and how to get permanent residence using the provincial nominee program, and give you some rundown of how that works, and hopefully our subscriber and others will learn, about how that works.
All right.
Okay.
So we will just jump right into it. So, What is BCPNP? British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program. This program is specifically designed to help foreign workers, entrepreneurs, international students to obtain permanent residency in British Columbia. And this is dependent on the labor market, right?
An excellent resource to look at the labor market and jobs in demand is workbc.ca.
Yes.
If you go to that website, they will give you all the information about the labor demands, what jobs are needed, when they're needed, and they will give you also, you can do assessments of your skills to see where you are in terms of the industry you choose, etc. You can also get information on your National Occupational Code, which is very important as well when applying for the BCPNP.
Extremely
so
important.
That's workbc.ca. I will put the link in the description below.
All right. So with the BCPNP, if you get nominated, then this will allow you and your family to obtain permanent residency in Canada. Now, for the BCPNP, specifically for international students, you have several different categories under the BCPNP program that you can apply for, but I'm going to be focusing on those that speaks directly to international students, right? And honestly, again, as usual, I don't know where I'm looking.
Just look straight. This is the camera right here.
So look here.
Look in the camera.
When I'm looking here, how does it look to you?
You're looking there now?
Yeah.
Looks fine.
You couldn't tell if me I look like.
No.
So we have two streams. We have the international graduate and we have the international postgraduate. Now, for the international graduate, you must have a job in order to use this stream, right? Under the skill immigration stream. Now, I'm going to run down some checks that is a must that you definitely need to have in order to move forward with this particular stream of the international graduate. One, you must be qualified, right? You must be qualified for the position that you are being offered. Now, you cannot just get any job. It doesn't work like that. The company that you are going to be working for must be in good standing with the provincial government. They must be paying you at a rate that is the same standard of everybody else, right? If it is that they're going to inflate what it is that you're being offered, that's a red flag, and that will not get you your PR. You must show that you have at minimum 1 year work experience. It doesn't matter if you obtain your experience overseas or here, you just must be able to show that you have experience in this particular area, that you are of the job that you're being offered. You must have proof of finances, and Babe will run down with you what those look like. You must have completed a degree or certificate, so degree, diploma, or certificate in Canada within the last 3 years, right? It doesn't have to be a school in BC, But at the point when you are applying via BCPNP, you must be residing in the province and you must be able to prove that you are going to be staying here to help the economy grow, right? However, if you have studied in Ontario or Saskatchewan or any other province and you decide to move here and use this route, you are allowed to do so. Now, another important thing with the BCPNP job offer that you're getting, it must be that it is 30 hours per week at minimum. Cannot be less than 30, because 30 is what is considered full-time employment, right? The job that you're being offered cannot have any end date. So when the offer letter that you're going to be getting to submit to the province, it must state that it's a full-time permanent position. If it's anything other than that, then you won't be able to use it. Your organization must be able to prove that they have advertised that particular position for up to 3 months at minimum. And during that period, they could not find any local talent. And as a result, you are the best candidate to obtain that particular position. Now, another important thing is a skill level, right? So you have skill levels 0, A, and B. For this particular stream, it must be skill level A or B. And again, Babe will go through what type of jobs you find in A, what type of jobs you find in B. Anything outside of A and B, it is not going to work. Oh, the other thing, you must have done your English exam. That can be IELTS or the other one. Yeah, that one. And they will go through that chart with you and tell you what the minimum amount you need to have. The second stream is the skill immigration stream for international postgraduate. Now, for international postgraduate, you do not need to obtain employment for this particular stream, which is good. 2, must meet the general requirements. 3, must obtain a master's or doctoral degree within British Columbia. 4, your program must be in 1, natural, applied, or health science. So if it does not fall in either of these, it's not going to work. 5, must submit application within 3 years of program completion. And the last one, you must prove that you plan to live and work in BC.
So what Tash just explained is the checklist that you need to ensure you follow to prepare to apply for one of those streams, whichever you fall into. So based on the category you fall under, please ensure you follow the checklist, right? So you don't miss anything. So you must have heard about the NOC before. We mentioned it before in previous episodes. It's the National Occupational Code. It categorizes workers in Canada, right? And it tells what industry you work in. Now, for the PNP, it's specific, right? For the graduate stream, which Tash talked about, it's category A and B. Now, also, side note, in the book that I wrote, there's a chapter dedicated to knowing your NOC. Very important. So you can look at that. So it's A and B. Now, category A, it's professional jobs. Persons usually require a degree to work in that category. So you're talking about managerial jobs, doctors, engineers, architects. Well, when I say doctor, don't get confused, because if you're a medical doctor and you come to Canada, you will not get a job as a doctor, okay? So there's a process for that, okay? But usually in category A, it's those jobs where you require a degree to be employed, okay? Category B, technical jobs, skilled trades. Those jobs, you typically need a diploma or a certificate to get jobs in those areas, like chefs, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, builders, etc. Now, those jobs are very lucrative in Canada, but you will find that you may be trained and certified as one of those trades in your country, a plumber, an electrician, or one of those things. But when you come to Canada, you must get retrained and you must get your ticket. And in some instances, what they call a red seal, which enables you to work in those industries here. Most jobs in skilled trades, you have to get recertified when you come to Canada to work in those industries. So bear those things in mind. So that's why when you come to study, it's good to know the industry, the NOC, to ensure that you're on the right path. You don't want to study something and when you are done or almost done, you find it's in NOC category C or D, right? Then you're in a little bit of trouble. So make sure you know what industry you are studying for, right? And that's why the book is called Prepare for Change, right? So it's a lot of preparation. So make sure you take the time to know those things. Very important.
Yeah, and let me just interject. So even though at the beginning of the video we said that this is dedicated for persons, international students who are here and want to use the BCPNP program to obtain this, what Babe just said also speaks to persons who are in preparation, not yet in Canada. Don't just pick a program because you want to come. Ensure that the program that you're picking, at the end of the day, you'll be able to get a job. At the end of the day, it falls into certain categories because, as Mommy always say, we come back to bite in your butt. Yeah.
So you want to make sure those things happen. So make sure you are on the ball from the get-go. Okay? So the next thing when you're applying for the Provincial Nominee Program is your English test score. We're going to focus on two. The IELTS and the CELPIP. Those two tests are preferred or should I say preferred?
Yeah. I mean, they have 4 on the list, but we're focusing on 2.
Right.
Because those are the 2 that persons generally do. And the other thing, when you are doing the English test, you want to do a test that can be used for different reasons. Right?
Yeah. So when you're scheduling your test, when you have found the testing center and you're scheduling, ensure that you know what the test is for. Some tests are for school, some are for immigration, some are for work. So you have to ensure you do the right test, right? So the IELTS listening is 4.5, reading 3.5, writing 4, speaking 4. Just bear those numbers in mind and double check, right? This information. For the CELPIP, for listening, it's 4. All of them is 4. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. For the CELPIP, it's all 4. That's the score, minimum score, right? You need to get. So bear those things in mind for your English language examinations.
And we will leave a link in the description bar that brings you directly to the guide for the BCPNP. So every single thing that you need to know is on that guide. Breakdown.
So how much do I need to pay to apply for the BCPNP? The fee is $1,150. Okay? $1,150. You can use your debit or credit card. Because all the applications will be online, you need a Visa debit or credit or MasterCard or another major credit card that you can use to pay your fee. And if you want to request a review of your application for some reason, you will have to pay an additional fee of $500 if you require a review of your application. Money is very important when you're planning to come to Canada. Or if you're in Canada and you're studying, money is important. You have to prove to the government that you can take care of yourself and your family, especially if you have children. Okay? So I'm going to give you a breakdown of how much money you need to show for the BCPNP, to apply for the BCPNP. Now, again, something I always tell persons, the larger the urban area or the city, the more expensive the cost of living will be. Okay? Always tell the persons that. So if you're going to Ontario, the closer you are to Toronto, the higher the cost of living will be. If you're in British Columbia, that we're focusing on today, the closer you are to Vancouver, the higher the cost of living will be. Okay? So if you're applying for the BCPNP, you're just one person close to the Vancouver metro area, it's $26,426. Okay? The rest of BC, it's 22,000. So it's 4,000 less for the rest of BC. So you see what I'm talking about. 2 persons, 32,899 in the Vancouver metro area there. Rest of BC, 27,418. 3 persons, $40,445. And the rest of BC, 33,700. So you see what I mean when I talk about big city versus outskirts or smaller towns? And let me just say this. If you are not yet in Canada, right, and you're planning on coming, I recommend looking at smaller cities, especially now that inflation is through the roof and the cost of living is higher. I'd recommend for that ease on the finances that you look at the smaller cities.
And also they are now making it where the smaller cities that are not well populated with talent can also nominate persons to get their permanent residence.
That is called the Municipal Nominee Program. It's something that they introduced, I think, last year. It was a pilot. I'm not sure if it's still a pilot, but you can also look up the Municipal Nominee Program. You know what? We are going to do some research on that and do a video on it because it's very important.
Yeah.
Right? That new immigrants know that small towns, they can pick a small town from a province and apply directly to that town to become a resident there. I've met several persons from various countries. They moved to Canada and they went to Quebec, or they went to a large city, it's Montreal or Ottawa, Toronto, they went to a large city. But then after studying, they recognized it wasn't the right place for them to live. So you can choose a school in a big city and you have a fantastic time as a student. But when you graduate, you realize, hold on, this salary I'm getting and the cost of living won't match. And you have that problem and people move from province to province. Even now we're talking, right? It's happening. And it's hard to move from one province to the next when you don't know where you're going or what to do or how to look for housing and stuff like that. So it's good to start from a smaller town or a less populous province and then move to larger than to start in one of those large urban centers and then try to move smaller. Do some reading. If you don't read, someone else may do it for you. You may not get all the information you need, and you will have to pay enormous amounts of money for that help. Okay? Because the help is there. Consultants are there, lawyers are there, and many immigrants are currently in Canada who don't know what to do. And they are going through these agencies and lawyers and consultants, and they are spending their last. I've met some of them, I've helped a couple of them, and they're spending their last because they don't know where to look. You may think it's simple to go on to Canada.ca, create an account, upload documents, fill out forms. It's easy. If you know what to do and where to look, yes. But many immigrants don't know how to maneuver or navigate those websites to create these things and, to get it done on their own. So we're sharing this to help you to prepare, because when you get here, everything will change. And when you hit the ground, life gets going. You don't have time to breathe. Okay? The good thing is if you have someone receiving you when you get here, as we were blessed to have, Merzette and Stephen and their family to receive us in Kelowna.
Complete strangers.
Mercy. Right? And those of you coming from Jamaica or other countries, don't be afraid to share a bit of your plan with someone. That's what I did. And that person was able to make a connection with the Hortons here and hook us up so someone could receive us. If you have that, if you have someone to receive you, it makes that transition way easier. But if you don't, it's absolutely imperative that you do the reading and preparation so when you get here, you're not stressed out.
Express entry is attached to the skill immigration for postgraduate and graduate students. And I personally use that, so I can speak to it, where I created my express entry profile first, which it kind of give you a boost, because what it does is that it shows the provincial government that you are already qualified for one of the 3 categories under the express entry program. But what happened at the point when I submitted, I didn't have enough points. I decided to do the BC provincial nominee, which would have given me more points, right? And that kind of pushed me getting in, basically. So if you can go ahead and create your express entry profile and get into one of those 3 categories, then I would encourage that you do so. And when you are completing your provincial nominee profile, there will be a place for you to input that data as well. All right.
And students, when you come here and you're searching for part-time job, look for jobs also in those NOCs, right? 0, A, or B. Okay, that will be very helpful. If possible, if at all possible, get a job and check those NOCs, right? And if you're coming to British Columbia, remember, workbc.ca is an excellent resource.
Excellent. We both worked.
All right, so
Work BC.
We know what we're telling you. I hope this information helped, and let us know what you think. Comment below and tell us what you need to know. We have a lot more content to share with you. So keep subscribing, share with your friends, and, come over to TikTok as well. We're doing something over there, and, let's feed off each other's energy. So,
guys, don't forget, share the video. Several persons contacted us, just who, need help or just need clarity on something. And it feels so good to be in a position where we can just help persons for free. So please share the video, subscribe, leave us a comment.
And reach out with your questions. And if you need help with your forms and just direction, we're here to help.
And if you are going to be doing the BCPNP and need help, reach out. I've done it. Well, we've done it. So I can help you as best as I can.
The book is on Amazon as well. It's an excellent guide for you. So if you need something to just get you through those important topics, just go ahead and get our book. All right, it's on Amazon. The link is below. The ebook is low priced. The paperback is low price. Go ahead and get it. Okay. Until next time, take care of yourselves and good preparation.
Bye, guys.
So please